They said the F-35 was untouchable. A fifth-generation marvel, it was the future of air combat made real. Its stealth, sensors and network capabilities placed it in a league of its own. They said older, less advanced jets could not hope to compete. The narrative was simple and powerful. The F-35 was the king of the skies. This story was repeated in defense circles, in news reports, and by governments justifying its immense cost. It was a story almost everyone believed. But what if that story was not entirely true? What if a smaller, lighter, and far cheaper fighter could challenge this modern titan? Then, Sweden presented a different reality. Through smart design, clever tactics, and relentless training, the Swedish Air Force began to challenge this accepted wisdom. Their Saab Gripen, a fighter often dismissed as a lightweight budget option, started showing surprising results in exercises. It was a classic David versus Goliath story, but played out with advanced avionics and Mach-speed maneuvering. The upset was not a single dramatic event. It was a slow, steady dismantling of a myth. Sweden proved that in the complex world of modern warfare, the most expensive tool is not always the best one for every job. This raises a bold and critical question for modern air forces. Is absolute technological supremacy the only path to victory? Or can a more balanced approach that values efficiency, adaptability, and pilot skill create a more resilient and effective fighting force? The Saab Gripen is a product of Sweden's unique strategic circumstances. It is a small, single-engine fighter jet, designed to be light, agile, and incredibly efficient. Sweden needed an aircraft that could defend its long coastline and vast territory without breaking its defense budget. The Gripen was built to operate from dispersed, makeshift bases, including reinforced public roads. This thinking was born from the Cold War necessity of surviving a massive first strike. Therefore, the Gripen is not just a fighter. It is a key component of a broader national defense system. It is designed for quick turnarounds, needing only a small ground crew and minimal equipment to refuel and rearm. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II comes from a completely different place. It is a hugely ambitious project designed to be the backbone of the United States Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and many allied nations. Its defining feature is its very low observability, or stealth, which allows it to penetrate heavily defended airspace without being easily detected by enemy radar. It is packed with some of the most advanced sensors and data processing systems. The F-35 is not just a fighter, it is a flying sensor node designed to gather, process, and share vast amounts of battlefield information. Comparing the Gripen and the F-35 directly can be misleading. They are not like two boxers in the same weight class. The F-35 is a heavyweight, designed for offensive power projection deep into enemy territory. Its stealth and advanced systems give it a powerful advantage in the opening days of a conflict, tasked with taking down enemy air defenses. The Gripen, by contrast, is a middleweight, a defensive counterpuncher. It is designed to be a nimble and cost-effective guardian of its home airspace. Its strength lies in its high sortie rate, adaptability, and its ability to challenge an opponent through superior numbers and clever tactics. Air combat is not a simple one-on-one duel in an empty sky. It is a complex, team-based engagement where information, positioning, and logistics matter as much as raw performance. While the F-35 might dominate a head-on encounter in hostile skies, the Gripen's design allows it to play a different game. Field more aircraft, link their data, and win the close-in fights. One of the most significant differences between the Gripen and the F-35 is their cost. This is not just a minor detail, it is a strategic factor that shapes everything else. The F-35 is famous for being the most expensive weapons program in history. A single F-35A jet has a flyaway cost of over $80 million. That number does not include long-term costs, maintenance, upgrades, sustainment. The Gripen E costs significantly less per unit. That price gap has huge implications for smaller air forces. The cost per flight hour tells an even more dramatic story. Flying an F-35 is estimated at over $35,000 per hour. The Gripen's flight hour cost can be less than a third of that. For the same money, you can fly Gripens many more hours than F-35s. More flying hours equals more pilot training, and in air combat, training wins. This creates a strategic choice: a few exquisite jets or a larger number of very capable jets. More aircraft in the air creates options, coverage, mass, and resilience. Sweden's air combat doctrine is shaped by its geography and its defensive posture. The Swedish Air Force plans to defend its own airspace against a powerful aggressor. This focus has led to tactics that maximize the Gripen's strengths. One cornerstone is dispersed operations. Takeoffs and landings on short, narrow runways, including reinforced sections of highway. Small teams can refuel and rearm a Gripen in minutes, getting it back into the fight. Sweden layers ground-based surveillance with airborne early warning. Gripen pilots are fed constant data via advanced links, building a battlespace picture without broadcasting with radar. They can approach with radar off, reduce detection, then strike with surprise, tactics that have performed well in exercises, even against stealthy F-35s. Stealth complicates a single radar, not a network. Distributed sensors can generate weapon-quality tracks. Add agility, terrain masking, and local knowledge, and the equation changes. The F-35's reputation is built on its sensor suite: APG-81 ESA radar, distributed aperture system, electro-optical targeting system. These give the pilot unparalleled situational awareness, seeing in all directions, tracking dozens of targets, and sharing information seamlessly. But the idea that Gripen is outdated is a misconception. The Gripen E is the latest version. It features a highly advanced sensor suite designed for a networked environment. Gripen E has the Raven ES-05 AESA radar, with a much wider field of regard than traditional sets. It also carries the Skyward G IRST, a passive sensor that hunts heat signatures and helps detect stealth aircraft. Track without turning on radar, leaving the enemy unaware they're being watched. Gripen's data link is among the most advanced in the world. Gripens can share sensor data in real time. One scans with radar, another with IRST. The fused 360-degree picture drives cooperative targeting. A single Gripen might struggle to lock an F-35 at long range. Multiple Gripens plus ground sensors can triangulate and turn invisibility into low observability. Gripen's philosophy: don't put every sensor on one expensive platform. Network multiple, more affordable platforms together. Real-world readiness: the importance of uptime. A fighter jet sitting in a hangar for repairs is useless. In a sustained conflict, consistent mission generation matters as much as peak performance. Availability rate becomes critical. Gripen is designed for easy maintenance and rapid turnarounds, using many commercial parts and modular systems. A full engine change can be done in about an hour. This pays huge dividends in availability. Refueled, rearmed, and airborne in minutes, generating higher sortie rates. Across 24 hours, one Gripen can fly multiple missions. By contrast, Gripen was designed with open architecture avionics, like a modular PC. Install new software or plug in new hardware quickly and cost-effectively. Often, adding capability focuses on software updates, not full hardware redesigns. New threat? Update the EW suite and deploy rapidly. The Gripen E of 2035 will outclass today's without a massive fleet-wide overhaul. The F-35 also evolves continuously, but deep integration can make changes complex. Coordination among many partners can slow decisions. Gripen operators enjoy agility and independence, tailoring software to national needs. E-model upgrades: more power, payload, new EW, AESA, and IRST, essentially a new aircraft in a proven frame. A software-driven path keeps Gripen cutting edge without breaking budgets. Ultimately, a fighter jet is only as good as its pilot. The most advanced aircraft is of little use if the pilot cannot maximize its capabilities. Gripen's low operating cost buys more and better training. Far more cockpit time, not just hours, but complex maneuvers and advanced tactics. Muscle memory wins close fights. Swedish pilots train hard. including dissimilar air combat and road-based ops under pressure. 200 flight hours a year often beats 100. Gripen's intuitive systems reduce workload, letting pilots think and fight. The F-35's sensor flood demands exceptional training to manage. Results at exercises speak. A well-trained pilot in a capable modern fighter is formidable. Victory is the machine, the tactic, and the person, and affordability invests in the person. Keep pilots in the air, and they will win you the day. The story of Gripen versus the F-35 is not about one jet being definitively better. The F-35 remains uniquely powerful, especially for deep offensive missions. Its stealth, its sensor fusion. But invincibility is a myth. Sweden shows a different approach can be just as valid, and sometimes more effective. The upset was a triumph of a different idea. Smart design tailored to strategy. They prioritized affordability, reliability, uptime, rapid adaptability, and ease of use. More jets, better trained pilots, resilient basing, real-world advantages. Planners must think beyond brand names and generations. Choose systems that fit the mission and the budget. A balanced, sustainable, adaptable force can beat a small fleet of exquisite assets. Gripen demonstrates the power of efficiency and keeping pilots flying. Sweden proved the myth of invincibility wrong. In the sky, the smartest fighter often wins.